basting yet. Okay, for those of you who are watching the replay of this video, we are making the Divina Tote by Bagstock Patterns. I am using bonded nylon Tex 70 from Sunny Sewing Supplies. I'm using a size 19 needle. My double-sided tape is from waywack.com. I'm using waterproof canvas from FWD Fabrics. Hardware is from my website. Vinyl is from FM Stores.
And it's your custom fabric.
And it's my custom fabric. Okay, great. Oh, what kind of chair do I use? That's a Techni Sport chair. These are great. They're gamer chairs, actually. Okay, you guys can't see what I'm sewing very well. That's my bad. Okay. Oh, Sherry, I'm so glad to hear that you enjoyed using the waterproof canvas. It's the greatest. Yeah, it does look like a racing seat. I am starting out with the lining of this bag just so I can get some pieces out of the way. Hey, Cindy. I'm trying a different interfacing technique for this one, so we're gonna see how it goes. Okay, so I've got my slip pocket done. I'm gonna baste this in place and then sew down the center. Hey everybody, I bought some Decaville on sale. That's exciting. Hello. Okay, so I'm folding this in half and I'm going to snip my center so that when I attach my zipper panel, I know where to go. And then I'm going to sew down the center, but I'm going to add 2 stitch lines that are parallel with the center just to give it extra strength. I'm going to get my iron started. I'm going to add my zipper pocket next. Hi Anne, thanks for joining us. So I've already done like a full-on tutorial. This is just more of a speed sew because I know you guys like live videos, but I can't always make the time to explain everything. So if you guys have questions, hopefully you can answer them amongst yourselves. Otherwise, I'll try to look up every once in a while and catch a question. But hello to everybody. Thank you for joining in. So for the zippered pocket, got my center lined up. I tried your hair clips and it changed everything. Yes, they're the best. Gonna get my zippers prepped after this. I should have done it first. How dare I forget? No. Hello, Leah, not Leah. Okay, I'm gonna press this using lots of steam. And then if you ever get these like little corner pop outs, if you do this method, you just kind of fold them back in. You can pull from the back side, because once you stitch over it, it'll hold it in place. yay, I'm so glad her zippers arrived to Australia. Yeah, as soon as the Chinese New Year's over, we'll be placing so much hardware and everything. Zipper opening so much better when you don't stitch the ends of the box. Yeah, of course. Oh, thanks. I just let it air dry today. Okay, lining up my zipper, making sure it's past the zipper pocket so that it doesn't start to fray. I'm going to add the back of the zipper. We are birthing through that pocket, so we'll leave the end open, but I am using the trick my friend Danielle said. Oh, I know, I never made the, that Lola with the panels. I still have the panels. Hello, Elaine. And so we're folding up the bottom of that pocket, both pieces, and that makes it just a little bit quicker to fold that down. It's pretty cool. Then I'll trim off all the excess along the sides. You can trim through your extra zipper. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Eleanor. Yes, thank you, Cheryl. So anytime I post a video, not during the live just because it won't let me add it, there are tons of different links, and then I hope to kind of compile a page on my website for you guys as well. So you just pull this open and you've already made that seam. So cool. So there's my two lining pieces. I got my slip pocket and my zippered pocket. I can set those aside. So then I'm going to work on my zipper for the lining. Okay, that's lining top. This is the middle of the exterior. Here's my zip. I'm doing good, Cheryl. How about you? Yes, that's perfect. Are you done with them?
No.
Oh, okay. Yes, you can put everything in there and I'll figure it out.
No, I just got these pieces, but you said keep them all together, so I'm just trying to...
Yeah, keep it all together. First ever woven fuse. Isn't it nice? All right, so I'm gonna cut my zipper to 17 inches. No, 18. It's longer than I need it, but I'd rather have more than not enough. Yeah, the tape is from waywack.com and it's under leather tape. So, yes, we sew the bottom of the pocket later. Yes, I totally head straight to the purses when I go to a store. Not always, but my friends will be like, it's okay, you can look at the bags.
I do it too, for you.
Right? And then I have friends that send me bag porn. Watch this video get demonetized now that I've said that word. But it's true. Cheryl says, hi, Tammy.
Hello.
Okay, right now I'm squaring off my zipper ends. This isn't part of the pattern. She has a really cool technique for doing this a little bit easier, but I do what I know. Gonna seal the end of this zipper. And then I'm adding a clip to it so the zipper doesn't pull off. And I'm gonna grab oh, the square tassel caps. No, I have not. Hi, Casey. So I actually cut the lining for my zipper wider because I'm really tired of it being too short. I was like, I can do this really quick. Yes, always send me pictures of cool hardware and bags. And we actually have a an album in Sew Whatever where people can put like bag inspiration and stuff like that. Oh, keep one of every bag for myself? Absolutely not. Some bags, like, I like the look of, but it's not something I would carry. So, a lot of times the fun is in the creation, not carrying it. I guess it wasn't a designer bag. That's okay. Someone designed it. Okay. So they're all taped together, and I can just pull it apart. Oh yeah, Cheryl, that's true, I do. Walk you through my closet of handbags. Okay. I think I will. So last week I was on a Fabri-Tac kick, basting zippers with it and stuff, and I think I'm going to do it again this week, just because it was really fun. Probably takes the same amount of time as it would to just baste the zipper, but oh well. So a little tiny trail of glue. I need to iron this. Hold, please. And then you can lay it in place. And then you can add your lining also. Face down. And then I still add clips, but it's kind of like using staples. It's just a little bit extra hold. I hear Tammy with that heat press. Heck yeah, getting mini NCWs done. Many NCWs.
It shifted on me.
That's okay.
Okay.
Yes, it is okay. Just don't cut the interfacing to match the exterior fabric.
Oh, I wasn't.
I figured, but you know how it helps to just say it out loud.
Yes.
Paula, I definitely plan to do an actual tutorial on the mini NCW. I have a sew along with it, but how do you find your style of bag making? I just make what I like and hope other people like it too. But I will take feedback from customers like, oh, I wish there was more pockets, or, well, that sounded whiny, but they usually are whiny. You know. Or like people like lighter colors over darker colors for the lining of their bags, things like that. Okay. So I'm glad I cut my lining a little bit longer because they're matching up exactly. So I cut the lining to 2 inches instead of 1.75, and I'm sewing along each side of this zipper panel, making sure to pull the layers apart. And basting along the top as well. So there's one half ready. I'm gonna grab my fabric tack and do it again. If you guys need me to move the camera so you can see more of the table, please let me know and I will move it. So I'm really not squeezing on the glue, I'm just holding it and letting it go. My first live was Saturday, the Maisie. My husband couldn't believe what all I was telling him. Who is in the background? That is my friend Tammy, who works with me. My assistant supervisor.
Yes, Ben's your supervisor.
Right. Ben's sleeping upstairs. Okay. So that glue just gives me extra peace of mind that things aren't going to shift around. So then I'm going to press it with steam from the lining side only, avoiding the vinyl. Fold this up. I do touch the iron to the canvas, but not for very long. I just steam quickly. Oh, that I keep calling my cat Ben. All right, so here's our zipper panel. I'm gonna fold this in half and snip my centers really quick. And then we can attach this to the lining, and that's one more thing out of the way. So I'm gonna lay this on my center snip. I'm gonna grab the side with the zipper first. I like to make sure that my zippers are all going in the same direction. So I'm just gonna clip that in place and baste it, and then I'll grab the top lining piece. And then we'll grab our zippered gusset. Okay, so my lining top piece, I've got it marked. It says lint, but I know what it means. I can't see it. Karen, I totally get what you mean by that. I don't think I have any like tips. We are starting with the lining first to get it out of the way, and then I'll move on to the straps or something. Lauren is such an influencer. That's funny. Yeah, my dad calls me that too. It's scary though. All right, so that is, yes, we just started. And then I'm gonna fold that up and top stitch. Are drop-in linings harder than turning? That really depends on the pattern. Some patterns have drop-in linings that are more difficult, but honestly, a standard bag uses a drop-in lining technically. So, hard to say. I prefer to avoid them on some bags, but like this would be considered a drop-in lining on a bag, and it's not difficult. Okay. Lining up those centers. Sometimes I do adjust the stitch length. Right now I'm using 4.5 for everything. I'm using that for construction and top stitch because it looks nice. And because I'm doing a lot of basting, I know that 4.5 is going to hold just fine. I have to remember there's a gusset, so we gotta do the gusset next. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is fold my zipper to the end of my zipper and clip it together so that it's completely out of the way. And then I'm going to work on my lining gusset. So it's 3 pieces. There's the bottom and the 2 sides. So you line up that. Make sure you're back stitching at the start and the end. And then what you can do is fold that seam towards the lining and top stitch. So that's what I'm gonna do. And that just keeps your seam out of the way and adds a little more stability to the bottom of the bag. Hi, Sherry. Okay, so you can see we've sewn through those seams. I'm going to fold this in half, snip the centers. Didn't really snip the center of the bottom on this bag. That's my bad. And then we're gonna have to leave this open within the lining. Oh, you're 12, that's amazing. Within the lining, we're gonna leave here open so that we can turn the bag through. It'll be a lot easier, and then we'll just sew up that birthing hole in the end. So we're gonna add just a few clips along the bottom. Then I'll grab the Wonder clips. Start along the top. And we want to kind of grade our seam allowance as we sew the bag towards the lining so that it's not saggy within the bottom of the bag. And then just to give you guys an easy to see start and stop. kind of like an inch from that bottom panel. So we're gonna sew from this Sharpie mark from the top to there, skip over from there to the top. And start with the dedicated seam allowance within the pattern and then kind of scale up to a wider seam allowance so that the bottom of our bag isn't saggy. And back stitch at the start and the stop, and I'm just jumping on over. And then you'll be starting with a wider seam allowance and tapering to a shorter one. And then we'll trim off that excess, but only where we've sewn. And then we'll repeat on the other side, but this time we can sew all the way around. But we wanted to leave this nice large opening without any zipper teeth so we can turn the bag through, and then we'll sew it up through that zippered pocket. So my center on this side is a little more obvious since I got that slip pocket top stitched. So again, starting with that smaller seam allowance at the top. And then make sure you're securing the stitching on that bottom panel, because when you cut through, it may come undone over time. And trim that down. And then this you can turn right side out. I'm going to fully unzip my zipper, but I'm going to be careful not to let it fall off the bag. So I'm going to set that aside for now, and we will work on the exterior of the bag. Outside pocket. I'm gonna start with my top panel and my strap connectors. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Grab my double-sided tape. And I'm going to tape through the center of all these. And fold them in half. Oop. Hey now, get back there. Didn't press the tape down all the way. There we go. So I changed this from the pattern's original instructions because I wanted to have a little bit more hardware. I like it when the handles can fold all the way down. But it's all personal preference, so whatever you like is fine with me. So then I'm cutting these apart. And I'm going to add another little piece of tape so I can fold them shut. I'm not doing these like normal connectors since they get stitched into the lining or in the seam allowance, but I want to make sure they don't shift. So then we're going to slide this through and line up the bottom raw edges like that. So this is raw. Repeating that on all sides. Also, Tammy, if you have time and you still want to sew, you won't be seen on camera, just so you're aware. Okay, and then I'm adding another piece of double-sided tape so they don't move when I place them. So just a little 3/4 inch long piece or 1/2 inch. Or you could use the Fabri-Tac if you wanted to, but
We may have to say no on that because then you might lose people.
why?
Well, I don't want to watch.
No, you won't be seen.
Oh, I won't be seen. I thought you said I would be.
No, because I knew if you were, you wouldn't do it.
I thought you were pre-warning me that I would be.
Yeah, I know. And then I'm going to lay these in place 4 inches. Nope. Where do I want these? 14, so 7 is the center. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 inches from the outer edge. The reason children under the age of 12 cannot be on YouTube without their parents' permission, or like they should have their own account, is because it is illegal to take the data of children under 13. Or something like that. Yeah, 3 inches. Looks good. Like when YouTube shows ads and stuff like that. I probably didn't explain that well. Okay, so there they are in place. The tape is holding them on. And I'm going to top stitch in a U shape. I've still got my stitch length set to 4.5, and that is good with me. And since I've got this hardware, I'm going to lay my scrap piece over top. And then I will be riveting those on as well. So there's what that looks like. Comment below, yeah. My eyes are like watery and it's hard for me to read. All right, so now I'm going to rivet through the center just one really quick. Watching you line, yeah. So adding the post through the bottom, placing the cap on top. Oh, no, I honestly don't think it would be an issue. We like having her with us. Punch maker. So there's the 2mm hole punch, and then there's the 9mm double face rivet setter. Those are the names of the two pieces that you'll need. You don't have to have the hole punch, but it definitely helps. All right, so there's the top portion, and then there's the middle portion. I'm gonna go ahead and add that to both sides, and then we'll work on our zipper piece. And then by then I should need to change my bobbin, and that's when I'll make my straps. I like to backstitch over those strap connectors just a little bit for security. And instead of cutting each one off, I'm doing them at the same time just to save a little bit. crystal. I can explain how I would, but I'm not going to add it. Basically what you would do is cut a lining, 2 lining,
We don't need this.
correct. 2 lining out of your back like the bottom piece, and then 1 exterior, and just sew a slip pocket essentially. It would be kind of like how you do the lining. Okay, so you're top stitching through the seam allowance along the middle panel. Vita's in the house? Darth Vita? Okay, so there's, Mike says hi. Hi, Mike. And Thea and Fred and George. Okay. So this is my back panel, so I will start with one of these and then move on to the zipper. So it's just another piece out of the way. But to kind of further explain is, let's say that this was a lining piece, you would sew that to the back panel first, and then you would make your slip pocket and then just sew it over top. You could still add like a zipper pocket as well, or you could cut the front twice, and then you'd have pockets on both sides of the bag. I do that with like the Celine tote. What?
I put 2 pieces face down, and I was like, where did they go? And I'm looking all over.
They were just face down. It's okay, Tammy. I still love you. And then you fold the seam allowance up and top stitch through. Leah, Spoonflower doesn't do vinyl, but I would love to find a good supplier. That would be so fun. I see people in the groups that offer it, but I would never want to message them and be like, who's your supplier? Because that's rude.
Almost exactly.
Nice. I mean,
Oh wait, it's folded. Still.
we'll use them.
Yeah.
Alright, so then I'm going to baste one of my foam pieces to this. I'm just going to sew around all the edges. You can put it away. If you can reach.
Hey.
Nailed it. So here's our back panel. All good. Is foam a better option when wanting to stabilize bag better? Foam doesn't necessarily add stand-up ability. It adds stability, but not like stand-up ability. And it adds like loftiness to the bag. But Decaville Light is what you would want to add if you want the bag to have stand-up ability. Stand up. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside, and then we're going to work on our zippered pocket on the front, which is so fun. So I'm going to grab 2 zipper pulls. I've got my little zipper centerpiece here. And then I'm going to grab my zipper by the yard. So what I'm going to do is cut this to about 14. Okay. 6.5. Okay. Can you text that to me? Okay. And then you're going to sew? Okay. I will also zoom this in so that you definitely won't be seen if that makes you feel any better.
We don't want you losing power.
Ugh, that wouldn't happen and you know it.
She's got a goal working for her.
It's not true.
Okay, done.
Thanks. Okay, what was I doing? Okay. And then I'm gonna cut this in half and add my 2 zipper pulls. For a minute I zoomed in and it was like all boob. I was like, let me just, I mean, it still almost is, but whatever. We're all adults.
So,
That's true. That's fair.
at least I'm representing.
It's true. But I really don't think, yeah, you wouldn't be seen.
Cool.
It's on the chain stitch machine, so just don't go near it. Don't touch it.
No problem.
Casey says, hi, Tammy. Don't be so shy. Hello and goodbye. Yeah, this won't be too short. So I'm putting the zipper pulls on, and then they're going to go facing each other. Okay, so you'll want your zipper pulls to fight each other, essentially. Then we're going to take our zipper tab and lay that face down, sewing over the zipper tape. And then you'll top stitch that down the center, but before I do that, I'm just going to sew the other side on as well. So face down, zipper tape on top, consistent stitch length. Also, I probably should have cut this a little bit longer. I'm worried my tape is going to be short now. It might be okay. I'm adding what I'm taking away. So then you open it up and stitch down that seam allowance. Also, Tammy, if you need help, I will answer.
I'm just looking because I forgot where I was.
Right, your zippers are already made, right?
Yeah, I'm just connecting it all together.
Okay. Just checking.
Connecting the lining to the zipper.
Good. Okay, so then I'm going to baste my zipper in place after I find the center of the front. Whoa. And throw my zippers at myself. Yeah, the zipper pulls are lightning bolts with the Harry Potter book stars on them. And they're available from my website. They're my original design. Well, I guess how original is it if it's based off Harry Potter, but still.
Well, you still did something.
I did draw it.
That's right. It's not like it was just you.
A Google image I copied.
Or me.
What do you mean, you?
If I were to try to draw it, it'd be like, ew, what is that?
Is that a blob? What have you done? Alright, so then our zipper's taped or clipped in place, and we'll sew that into place. About 1/8 of an inch from the top. And as we get close to the zipper pull, we'll just kind of undo it. Make sure you are sewing through your tab. Do I have the funky color zips in? All of our zipper by the yard that is available is listed on my website, but a lot of it's sold out Friday when it was posted. Gresham. Cool. Okay, so then I'm gonna follow my baseline coming in about 1/4 inch with the lining. Again, if you guys are looking for like a full tutorial, I've done a video. Oh gosh, I can add it back on, that's fine. Make sure you base that in place. I just zipped my zipper off. Whoops. So confidently too, I was just like, goodbye. I guess, yeah. Oh, goodbye, lining. It's a good spot to run out. Right, we've all been there. That's why it helps to base them in place first. Everyone wants to know what you're making over there, Tammy.
Devin.
She's working on a Devin for the swap and sew whatever. Okay, so to fix my mistake, just adding the zipper pull back on. Making sure to be very careful that when it zips, it goes on nicely. It does, thank goodness. So then I'm gonna press this with my iron. Oh, you're blocked. You're good. So then I'm going to top stitch through the exterior and the lining. Oof, that's an angry bobbin. So if need be, gently unzip your zippers. And then you'll fold. And I like it when you make mistakes and then make corrections, so I will know how to correct my mistakes. Yes, exactly. Oh, thank you, Jamie. Yeah, we have a small number of these machine magnets left on my website. They're pink glittery pin cushions. So more of the flying key fabric will be available probably in March because of the Chinese New Year and everything happening over there. Let's pray that everyone is safe. All right, so next you're going to baste your zipper along the top of the lining, so you fold it up to the top of your zipper. Yay, I don't have to be broke so fast then, right?
I need to send a double check with you. Before I do this.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm doing the double pocket.
Yep.
Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm gonna baste it now.
Nice. You're like almost done with that.
Yep. I just want to make sure I.
I'm gonna go ahead and baste my zipper as well. Okay, so then essentially you could make this to where it's accessible as one giant zipper pocket. So either zipper, you would have access to what's inside, but the pattern is more meant to be two sectioned pockets. So what I'm gonna do is just fold this piece in half. I'm gonna snip my bottom center while I'm here, because we're gonna need to do it anyways. Make sure you've got a nice crease. You can also use a ruler or invisible ink to remove it. But basically what I'm gonna do is follow where I've top stitched the zipper tab about an eighth of an inch away from that, and just go straight down. So there's where my zipper tab was top stitched, and then I just went straight down, and then I'm going to repeat it on this side. And then what I'm going to do is sew right here, just because it'll add some stability. You could also sew down the center of those two lines as well, just for the fun of it, but okay. So then we have two separate zippered pockets. And then we can grab the top of our bag, zip my zippers back up, and make sure that you're laying it in the right direction so that everything lines up. So you want your rectangle rings to be pushed down this way. No, but awkward. Really, really like it when finished, but wonder. Oh, okay, gotcha. The Wayfair. Thought you were talking to me. Glad you weren't. So I'm clipping it from the other side so that I can follow my basting stitch. Kind of centering it. But then I'm going to flip it. I have not tried the Park Sling, but I really want to. But since it's So Sweetness, she does not allow videos of her patterns to be made. So I just haven't really found the time to make it. But I did purchase it, and I would love to make it. It looks pretty easy to make, honestly. Like, not easy in a bad way, but just like fairly simple. Like a classy finish with minimal work, which is my jam. Okay. So there is our front panel. And then I'll top stitch through here, making sure that all of our seams are pointing to this center panel. Hi, Kathleen. Okay, so then I'm going to then baste this to the foam. So one thing I realized the other night while I was cutting these out is that since I'm going to baste the foam to this pattern piece anyway, I don't need to worry about cutting it out perfectly because I'm just going to trim it. So I've just cut out a really big square and I'll baste around everything. And then I'll trim it all down. My foam was folded. Doesn't look folded. It was my lining slip pocket. So now I'm going to add my nameplate before I forget. That's okay. I was like, I didn't feel like it was folded. And make a bag Lauren hasn't made a video on. That's funny. Yeah. And yeah. Anyway. Oh. Drop my pencil. Don't do that. Just adding my nameplate. So in the video, I didn't add as much interfacing. This is not a change that I've made other than the strap connectors. This is all the original pattern designer. And this pocket can literally be added to any kind of bag. You just got to change up the measurements, of course. But is it sewing okay, or do you need the walking foot?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Oh yeah, it looks good.
Just making sure I don't, get zippers.
Fair. Okay. So my two exterior pieces are finished. I'm gonna work on the gusset. Yes, of course. Cannot blame her. It's her designs, her choice, how she wants her work to be represented, and I completely respect that. Completely. Do I like the foam inside of this one? So on the first one I made, I didn't add as much foam, and I could see why the foam was necessary in the side panel, so I did cut the foam out for all of these to be on the bottom and the side panel, so we're going to try it out. I don't usually like to use that much foam, but we'll see I mean, you gotta trust the designer every once in a while.
May I have a couple Wonder Clips?
Yes. 2 or more?
A couple.
Okay. Oh, I dropped it.
Why, thank you.
You're welcome. So Aslan, after this one's done, we'll see how we like it. And I didn't interface my vinyl, but I don't know. I may want to add like 809 to the side panels or something, just to give it a little extra stand-up ability. Hello, Petra.
Make sure everybody's
In the right spot?
yeah. Don't want any zippers like popping out and being like, oh hey.
Right. Guess who's back? So I'm adding duct tape to cover the purse feet. Helen, you just added the foam or just use the cork as it is? Oh, I did see the Quiltum denim bag. That was so cool. Okay. So then I'm going to baste this foam in place.
Okay.
Okay, just foam. What's up? Everything okay?
Yeah, thread just didn't want to get out of the way.
Oh, rude.
Exactly.
Okay, so there's the foam basted to our bottom panel. And oh, yeah, I try to go live at least once a week if I can. Make sure I press it down nicely. My plan is to get these 4 Divinas done tonight. We'll see how that goes. This is the only one I will be doing live, just because it takes so much longer when I'm live. Has C2E2 happened for you yet? No. That is the 28th? We leave like the Thursday of the 28th or something.
No, the
No?
26th. Thursday.
Okay.
28th is Friday.
Okay,
29th is Saturday.
great. My bags run anywhere from 35 to 200.
And could be more on it as far as a customer.
Yeah. So the Waywack, I don't have affiliate links, but Amazon, I think it's everything you order. What's up?
It's going to be thicker for my zipper tab.
Yeah, like
Okay.
you've got the foot on that'll, so just go slow, walk up the hill,
Okay.
hand crank if you have to.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. Ow. Yeah, keep the foam. Oh, drop my foam. Tammy's hit. Alright, so I'm going to baste my foam to the side panels, and then I'm going to add my strap connectors. I'm just doing the strap connectors like from the Emily bag. It's just 2 inches by 4 inches, fold in the center, Is it skipping?
Yes.
Yeah. You might try hand cranking.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Oh. What color thread are you using? I was gonna say I can do it for you really quick on mine, but
It's fun. Just putting it together.
what? Just what?
I'm just sewing it all together.
Right. Okay. You want me to do it?
Sure.
Okay. Ugh, I hate that. Because even I have to go slow and like smush it down.
Yeah. That area.
Yeah. There you go.
Appreciate it.
Welcome. Hopefully my machine didn't mess up any part of your bag.
No, and if there's any mess ups, it's me.
No.
Okay.
So after I base the foam, then I'm trimming down the excess. Because again, why waste time cutting all those pieces when I could just baste it? Well, welcome to the live video. Someone asked if I have like set times.
We don't have set times here.
Yeah.
That would require us to know what we're doing.
Yeah, that's true. On a weekly basis at least.
Yes,
We're not sure on a daily basis, but that's what keeps it fun.
that's right.
You better say that's fun.
It's still the fun job.
Still a fun job.
You can't get out of it.
You're stuck.
You're stuck, sorry.
Alright, so I'm adding my bottom panel and then I'll add those tabs. Top stitching through, oh. Fun and so professional. The most professional. I like your zipper pull connectors. Do you sell them? Maybe. I think so. The zipper pulls, yes. Oh, thank you, Julie. I'm top stitching through the foam and the Decaville Heavy along the bottom panel. Tampa. I love Tampa.
Come on, be good.
Oh, Lakeland, wow. gonna do a sew whatever meetup in
Texas.
well, no, that's the workshop.
Oh, okay.
Disney World.
Oh.
I have never had a problem with my Juki jamming. I do sell to the UK, but unfortunately postage is very expensive. It is what USPS says the price is, and it stinks. And then there's customs fees on top of that to be paid by you. And it's illegal for me to mark it as a gift, unfortunately. Okay, so before I move on any further, I'm gonna get my straps finished. I still have to add my, let me do those first. Otherwise I'll definitely forget them. So,
how difficult this vinyl was.
oh, yeah. This is the accurate name for this pattern, but it's not on my website. So I'm going to add this 1.5 inches down the center. My friend is in the mirror. See what you mean. 1.5 inches from the top in the center. Yeah, this is not my sewing pattern. Hi, Gertie. Thank you. Oh, did I spell the Divina wrong? It's possible. Okay, so the way that this is sewn on is not part of the pattern, but it's how I like to do crossbody connectors. Oh, I spelled Divina wrong. Perfect. I will update it though, and include a link when the video is available to watch after the fact. Oh, through the back of the chair. Okay. Oh, luckily, that's only when I get up. And I'm just adding a box stitch to the connectors. Kathy, I've only ever made this bag as a tutorial, so this is my first time, quote unquote, speed sewing. What's up, Tammy?
This one's just being a difficult birth.
Do you want to steam it a little? Just get the iron hot and loosen it with some heat.
Loosen which part?
Like the waterproof canvas.
That's not what I'm having difficulty. Leave it to me.
Hmm?
I said leave it to me.
Well, did you trim down your, like, at your, yeah.
Yeah, I trimmed it down a little bit.
Okay. Well, it's not like I don't do this all day. Alright.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Oh, I thought Ben was in the window. I was like, what is that crazy cat doing? Okay, those are top stitched on. Now I can work on my straps.
Thanks, guys, for letting me help you.
Hey, we all need a little help sometimes. What do you do all day? Help me. So I cut my pattern a little bit differently than the pattern says to. I cut them to 26 inches. Yes, 26 inches. Just because I felt like what the pattern directions called for wasn't quite long enough for my customer base. I prefer those longer handles. Good job, Kira. Okay, which scissors? I'm sorry, I think I missed that comment earlier. And I meant to get back to it, but my brain just didn't. Alright, sewing down either side of the vinyl, setting it to 5. Zipper package rag. Labels are double-sided, yes, which is nice. Oh, the little yellow-orange ones? Yes, those are the Olfa precision cut snips, and they're very nice, especially for zipper pockets. How you doing, Tim Tam?
Just trying to get my corners.
Do you want my little stabby guy?
Thank you.
Welcome. Don't stab too hard. Let's do piping. I don't hate piping. Just that welt piping I don't like. I love piping. Because I did think about adding piping to this bag. No, I use vinyl for a lot of my bags. I mean, there's like the itty bitty crossbody bag. That one is all cotton. Can I stop by and steal some honey? I don't have any honey. so my shoulder straps are finished, and now we gotta work on the crossbody strap. And this is just cut from the length of the vinyl, so it's about 54 inches. This one might be a little bit less, because this was the bag I used to make piping, or the vinyl. Is that helping?
Yeah.
Good.
It's just trying to get it to that point because they want it's glitter, so it wants to stick to each other.
Yeah.
Or at least this particular one.
I don't know what glitter canvas that is, but I don't think it's the one from My Punk Broidery that's like really thin.
No, this is
That was
stuff
mine.
that you got a long time ago.
Okay, that's what I thought.
You gave me some.
Oh, sorry.
Well, I mean, it worked okay with the other purses that I made.
That's true.
Just not.
As tiny as that is.
This one's like, wait.
Yeah. It's refusing.
Yeah.
Okay. Crossbody strap. Let's go. Has my Juki paid for itself now? Definitely. It pretty much paid for itself in the first few months, but that's because I was working my butt off. And I had a very niche item I was selling. I knew it. We're gonna run out of bobbins soon. So I think so far I've gone through 3 bobbins on this bag, just to give you guys an idea. And that has mostly to do with all the basting we've done.
Yeah, I'm working on the lining now.
Woo!
And I just might get this back done. Get that one done.
That would be okay. Okay, and then I'm going to trim down my excess vinyl. I'm going to thread zap where my threads didn't cooperate. I would not use pre-made bobbins myself just because I would want to match the color. I don't know what kind of thread is in the pre-made bobbins, so that's nothing I would use. I've heard of them for embroidery machines, but never industrials. Okay, so I'm gonna finish off my crossbody. Need 2 snap hooks and a slide adjuster. We're on an hour and a half of making this bag, so I think I could get this bag done in probably an hour and 40 minutes if I weren't live. Yeah, pre-filled bobbins for embroidery. And I always thought about those. The tension is such. Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't do a lot of embroidery. I just did like fun little hand towels that I designed the files for. I was just never... that into it. I use text 70 to text 90. Bonded poly and bonded nylon. Also really excited for the workshop in April because I'm going to buy all the thread.
So we're gonna have to make room?
No, I'll just bring an empty suitcase.
No, I say we're gonna have to make room here.
Oh, yeah, probably. Although I have that other,
Space.
yeah, the hook board, peg board that I bought. Tell him to save us the rainbow. Save the rainbow. Like, taste the rainbow, but save it. Okay, we're ready to put this bag together. So I'm going to fold this back panel in half and snip in the center. You done?
Yep. It's a little wonky.
That's cute. I was like, did you add boxed corners?
No. No.
Oh,
It's just,
the vinyl.
yeah, I poked it.
You got them the best you could, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's cute.
Mhm.
There we go.
It's a bonus.
Right. So this is what Tammy made. It's so cute. Okay. I like it. Yeah, and then with use, well, yeah, I don't think it's a problem.
Yeah.
It's cute.
And I just have to rivet the thing.
Oh yeah, and you know how to do that. You also won't be seen.
Okay.
Although someone said they could see you through the hole in my chair, but I don't think they could see you much. Good job, Tammy. Everybody says good job, Tammy.
Thank you.
The internet loves it. Alright, I'm going to start with the back panel, lining up the center marks. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, see you later, cat. Hey, it's okay to start out small with your bag makes. Thank you.
I had an antique zipper by the yard on the floor, so I picked it up.
Oh, thanks. Whoops. Okay, so I had a feeling that my main panel would be a little bit wider, but it's the same amount or taller on the top. Do you remember how to do it?
Yeah.
Because it'll be hard to go through the 2 layers at
Right.
once. Okay. And here's this, and you can mark through to the other side. Oh, 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 oh. It's okay. Oh, you're
That
good.
side, okay.
No, it literally didn't matter, but you
Oh.
were like way down here.
Oh,
So if you move it to the side, you can see.
I see.
Good job. And then you can fold it over and use this to make your little tiny mark. Okay, so then I'm going to sew along this side gusset all the way around. And you know we have a fresh bobbin. I'm going to set my stitch length back to 4.5. Yeah, perfect. What was Tammy sewing on? She was sewing on the Juki TL 2000 QI. Thanks. Trim down my seam allowance.
Otherwise known as Sam.
Yeah, Sam. She's on Sam, I'm on Dean.
That's right.
It's not how you'd prefer it, but... What in the heck?
That was in your caps.
So cute! Now I want all the little baby rivets. Put it back. I'll find it again later.
Okay.
It'll bring me joy then, too. Okay. So there's what our bag is looking like. Ooh, ah. I'm pressing along the seam just to make sure I caught everything. Looks good. Do the second side. I'm actually liking the way it feels with the foam all over. So trust the designer. Because it's me.
Yeah.
Make sure you write down those rainbow rivets. I'm joking. They're scarce nowadays. Who knows if they'll ever come back? No, I'm just kidding. No. That would be awful, though. What's your other rivet for? Wristlet, sorry.
Yeah, it's for me because didn't make me one.
Oh, okay, okay. That's fair. And you know how.
That's right.
Don't stop. Get it, get it. Okay. So if you're worried about everything shifting, you could staple it down. I'm using Pellon fusible foam, single-sided. Sometimes I fuse it, sometimes I don't. Back stitching over like the zippers and the side panels as I'm going. Do you have Josie's phone number?
Nope.
All right.
This is it.
What? Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I spotted this and then I spotted the blue and I was like, oh, you have to have purple over there.
That's okay. I don't know her phone number.
Gotcha.
I wonder if anyone else. I can hear you, but the pic is gone. Everything is black. Okay, great. The screen is black, but we can hear you. Okay, well, unfortunately I have to end the video then. My friend called me and I don't think it'll reconnect the picture. Maybe. Maybe if I flip it. Any luck? Josie's gonna feel so bad. But it's okay. Not a big deal. Okay, didn't help. Alright, well, thanks for watching everybody, and I'll see you later.